Hello once again, this is Rob and my partner Bill here. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the BlueDragon methodology, specifically the integrated problem-solving system, which is really reaching acclaim here very quickly in the Department of Energy, at the national labs, and the nuclear weapons complex. We are the Swiss Army knife of complex problem solving, and that's what we're here to talk about. And so here's the thing. In the past, traditional methodologies has actually taught you a bucket full of tools. So they taught you Pareto charts, events and causal factors charts, and barrier analysis tables, and so many other separate tools. And what we've done is taken all those tools and put them in one, like a giant Swiss Army knife. And we have all those tools available to us, but in a very integrated methodology that really lets us to use the right tool for the right job. Because as my friend Bill likes to say, you know, to some folks, if you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right, Bill?
Yeah, and so what we're arguing for is a kind of understanding of the problem and assessment, first of all, and then an understanding also of all the tools and their appropriate application, so that we don't go out into the world with our hammer looking at like everything's a nail, that we can see the different nuances and the different needs. I mean, we have different instruments for different data gathering techniques, and we've got different applications of different kinds of analytic tools to look at circumstances in one industry vice another industry. So I think it's what I'm talking about. I like this idea of nimbleness. I can drop this one if it doesn't seem to be working and pick up the one that's more appropriate and move back in with that and not waste a lot of time with it. So we have a big toolbox and we understand all those tools and we know when their application is appropriate.
And point well made, Bill. Different industries have the need for different types of data analysis tools, for example. You have manufacturing and their control charts. You have the organizations that like Lean Six Sigma and all of you have 100 wonderful tools. BlueDragon envelopes all those. You can bring all those tools to bear in what we call phase one, the integration of all the available information and performance data. And we make use of all that to get into an in-depth analysis. So we pick the right tool for the right job. And of course, we're not the subject matter experts of your processes, programs, and procedures. We use your expertise to go through the process. We are the guides. We are the masters at a complex problem-solving system that has no equal out there. And we will guide your organization through solving your most complex problems. Now, one thing about this, that's what's been missing in so many of the in-depth analyses. And I got a great example for you. Go back to 1986, the Challenger NASA space shuttle, which exploded on launch, 10 seconds into launch. And when they put together the Rogers Commission, they put the world's best astronauts and all these gray beards and PhDs, and they tried to solve why the Challenger blew up. And of course, we know about the O-rings that would not work below 53 degrees, and we launched in near freezing temperatures that day. But it wasn't about a mechanical failure. It was much deeper than that. It was cultural, organizational issues that were lying dormant. And guess what? That panel didn't have the ability to do a complex problem-solving method. And they fixed what they knew to fix, the kind of things that astronauts know to fix and the kind of things that the PhDs knew to fix. And what happened 17 years later? We had the Columbia accident. And when they looked at that, some of the exact same root causes that were identified for the Challenger were still here. Deep-seated organizational failures, deep-seated issues with violating safety protocols and ignoring warnings from engineers and folks that knew what was going on. So here's our plea. Put problem-solving experts on your team and bring someone who is armed with a Swiss Army knife, a very nimble process that we call the BlueDragon Integrated Problem-Solving System. Bill, final words?
Just one final postscript about this, just to be clear about it. We have kind of referenced a lot of quantitative tools, but we also have qualitative tools that we could talk about as well, because qualitative understanding of the culture, understanding of different human aspects of the organization is critical. So we can talk about any number of more soft systems types tools that are also going to be very useful as well. So that's a postscript to some of the things we said before.
Fantastic. All right, that's a wrap for us. We'll see you in the next video.